What awesome music! Welcome to the next Fiverr project, Pokemon Outbound. This is probably one of the most popular games that have been out for a while. I did a poll, Radical Red beat it, but you know what? I'm wrapping up Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokéduel, so I figured to give this game a shot. It is a hard game. We are not Nuzlocking it. We are going to play it like normal, and we're going to have a good time. Welcome to Pokemon Unbound. Before you begin playing, please be aware that this is a non-profit fan game. If you paid for this game, reclaim your money immediately. In a world which you are about to enter, you'll embark on a grand adventure with you as the hero. The world is a big place. Take your time exploring. There is no rush. Speak to people and check things wherever you go, be it towns, roads, or caves. The world and its people are alive. As you grow, they will grow along with you. With that in mind, you are almost ready to enter the Borrius region, but first, choose your character. Choose a skin tone. We are going to go pale because I am pale as hell. We'll go with that because that's my closest. And I like the red. We'll go all red. All red. Last but not least, what is your name? And after Radical Red, how I messed up, we are just going to go with Fire. Your name is Fire. Now let's determine the best way for you to play the game. Is this your first time playing Pokemon Unbound? Yes. The Eclipse, no. I hate puzzles. Puzzle difficulty has been set to easy. Yes. Dealing the types of majority, such as Glycer being in the ground and flanked. Yes. Yeah, why not? We'll do vanilla. Long ago, the Borrius region was engulfed by a great war with a foreign land. It was a brutal war, one which lasted many years. During that time, the enemy managed to seize the upper hand. On the brink of defeat, the Borrian king summoned a dark force to help turn the tide of battle. The foreign army advantage was lost almost immediately. As soon as it entered the battlefield, the Dark Force used its power to create portals and transport the invading army back here. With the foreign army gone, the war seemed at end for Borrius. However, the king, overcome by their lust for power, sent the Borrian army through the portals as well. The war continued to rage in foreign land for several years. Many more men and Pokemon were conscripted to fight and inevitably met their end on the battlefield. One such Pokemon having a dear friend of the enemy king. Overcome with grief, the king built a device to restore its life, granting himself immortality in the process. But this traumatic event left him scarred and filled with anger. Unable to forgive the world that had hurt his precious Pokemon, he has turned his machine into a giant weapon, the ultimate weapon. The king became a bringer of destruction that ended the war. With the war over, what little remained of the Borrian army returned to him. The king's Pokemon left him, and the battlefield became silent. Yet peace was still to kill. Enraged over the fruitless war fought, survivors of the war wished for ample compensation for the Borrian king. When he had nothing to offer them, they began to manipulate the Dark Force to attack the Borrian kingdom in an attempted coup. In an effort to stop the madness, the Borrian king gathered the legendary Pokemon Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Using the power of the three birds, a prison was created for the Dark Force, sealing its power. It became a shadow of its former self. Stripped of its power, it was taken in by the king and supervised by his progeny until one fateful day. 16 years ago. Hoopa, I worry, old friend, for the future, for if, no, when she arrives. I won't be able to protect you if she tries something. No, she will try something. It's a matter of what it will be. That's why, my friend, you must go into hiding. I will send your Pokemon adrift amidst the waves. You will surely be safer lost at sea than if you were to remain with me. If I'm wrong and nothing happens, I will call you back. But if this is to be our final time together, protect my son if he is ever in danger. And in turn, should the wrong sort try to force your true power free, then trust him to protect you. Farewell, my good friend. It is gone. So, you came after all. Let's get this over with. 15 years later. Ah! How can I fulfill Grandpapa's wishes if I can't catch a single Pokemon? I promised him. I promised I'll finish the work, but right now, I can't even begin to fathom the possibility. Whatever should I do? Up! A Pokeball, here, now. This Pokemon. It can't be! He's like, Poopa? It appears, Grandpapa, there may be a way after all. It is time for destruction to engulf the land, and for the eternal flower to bloom once again. Oh, that design is sick! Present day. And I just get kicked out. Okay. What the? How'd you get in here? Quick, scientist, what are you standing around for? Grab him! Knock him out and lock him up in the warehouse. Zeph is gonna freak out when he hears about this. Ouch. He's unconscious, Super. Stop! Have I told you countless times to stay out of my cube space, unless you have expressed permission? I am aware you cannot travel through your original, but that just does not give you the right to disobey me. And were you the one responsible for bringing him here? I do not know what you want him for, but you have been a repeated nuisance ever since I found you on the beach last year. I may not be your true guardian, but I am your trainer. And as your trainer, I order you to cease these immature antics of yours. Now! What a bother. Wait. Now I think about it. I can work with this. Oof. What? Ooh. Game settings. Auto run. Yes. Okay. Off, puzzle, easy, good. Interesting. Okay. Potion! Hey! Who was that? Another one. Another potion! Even better! Hey, who do you think you are? Do you think you can get away with keeping me locked up in here? You better let me through right now or you can feel my wrath. Back off, kid. I'm under strict orders to keep you locked up. So scram, unless you're gonna feel my wrath. Smart choice. Keep far away from this store, and you won't regret it. Huh? Who are you? Pretty sure I was by myself when they threw me in here. Fire, huh? And you're saying you got sucked in here by a magic portal? That's a pretty dramatic entrance. Hey, door's closed. Do you live in Frozen Heights? I just moved in, but I guess I never stopped by to say hi. Say, how about we buddy up and look for a way out together? The door back there, there's a bus with that guarded away. Oh yeah, I guess I should introduce myself part. My name is... I'm gonna name him after one of the characters we had a name of in the past, I believe. We're gonna name him Kaz. Yes, my name is Kaz. I'm looking for my parents, and I thought these people would have had a lead on. And well, you can see they hate it when people go snooping. Anyway, better start looking for another exit. So let's move. Can we even get in here? Nope. Did you hear that fire? It sounded like some Pokemon are trapped in that cage over there. Let's go check it out. Frigate! Gibble! Lover! And Beldon. Let's go Beldon. Oh. Oh, of course you go Gibble. Oh. Now that we have a Pokemon, let's head back to the exit. We'll force our way out of here. Told you before, I'm under strict orders to keep you locked up. You don't really have a choice anymore. You're gonna let us out or get your sorry butt handed to you. Quit fooling yourself. There's nothing you can do to make me let you through. Fire. Let's team up and show this guy what we can do. You're both are really starting to get on my nerves. Inkay, Scorpit, show them why you don't mess with the shadows. Oy vey. This guy is not a smart trainer. I knew it was a bad idea to lock them up in here. Yo, my Pokemon! Not bad, Fire. You and I make a pretty good team. But I'll take it from here. Let me use these items on your Pokemon to heal from the fight. Thanks. Gibble, use Metal Claw. Gibble! Alright, I give up. I'll let you through. Please have mercy on me. Don't hurt me anymore. Please! Gibble, return. I'm getting out of here now, Fire. I'm sure you're capable of taking care of yourself from here on out. If you're in any trouble, just use your Pokémon. Oh, one more thing. As soon as we get home, we're gonna battle. You impressed me when we battled together, so I want to see how I fare against you. Until then, don't tire yourself out too much. Wanna battle? Wow, he just obliterated everyone, huh? Now burn it! As you observe, these specimens are completely immune to extreme cold and extreme heat. What about immunity to electricity? We have yet to complete that, sir. It is difficult to enhance a specimen quickly when we have our external research as well. Very well. This will do for now. Ah, Marlin. Perfect timing. Moving up our timetable. I am unsure as to why, but our target seems to have relocated to our vicinity earlier than anticipated. With the Shadow Warriors enhanced and the package we need arriving today, we can begin the operation. Understood. There's one more thing to discuss before I head out. The trespassers we locked up in the warehouse have escaped. This grunt over here let them get away. How bad is it? What did those two see? The first one, the boy with red hair, saw nothing relevant. The second one, however, if Faye finds out that he was in the lab, she will insist on relocating in the middle of our operation. You know that's time and resources we can't afford. Then make sure Faye doesn't find out about what happened. Our priority right now is obtaining the package needed for the mission. We'll deal with the second one who escaped at a later time. Understood. I have a plan to obtain that package, and it'll even allow this failure of a grunt to redeem himself. Once I have it, I'll head straight for the target. Then good luck, Marlin. Close. We're getting so close. Soon, it won't be long before that power finally becomes ours. The door has been forced shut. Rude. Fire! You finally made it out! Have you met Old Man Logley yet? He's supposed to be an expert on Pokemon stats or whatever. I just filled him in on what happened. I study all aspects of Pokemon stats and capture rates. My title is Professor, not Old Man. Anyway, that must have been quite the ordeal you both went through. I'm relieved to see both of you are unharmed. And it seems you even managed to acquire a rare Pokemon. I was planning on giving Kaz a Pokemon of his own someday, but now I don't have to. Ho ho ho! Someday. I've been here a whole week. I was expecting one ASAP. Well, of course I was always going to give you one, Cass. There are plenty of errands I'm too old to run myself after all. It's just that your insistence on looking for your parents. I keep telling you, no one has seen them in years. Even if they are still somehow in Borrius, finding them is too much of a big task for you alone. I was hoping you'd accept that fact before I give you a Pokemon, but you refuse to listen. You may be my legal guardian or whatever in Borrius, but you sure don't know anything about me. I'm strong. Strong enough to fend for myself. And when I see my parents, they'll see just how strong I really am. Just like you're about to. Come on, Fire. I said I owe you a battle for it. Let me show you how how a real trainer does it. The Battle of Metal Moves. Hi, day. Hey, level 11, nice. What? I lost. Yeah, you did. That was a fine battle. Very enthralling, if I do say so myself. No one cares how it made you feel, old man. I only care about how strong it made our Pokemon. Well, from what I can see, our Pokemon do have some nice stats. I see potential for them to become strong Pokemon someday. Finally, the first useful thing you said all day. And it's gonna be the last, because I'm out of here. Holy Oh, he's certainly a handful, isn't he? Now that he's gone, who will run my errands for me? Ah, yes, Fire. You seem rather capable. You should assist me. Ah, what a splendid idea. Your father was well known for helping others after all. It's only fitting that his son would follow in his footsteps. As for the task, there's a package and bill in town at the Pokémon. I'll go get it myself, but my sisters and I are much too busy with our own research. Don't fret, the clerk knows someone will be picking up in my stead. Since you have your own Pokémon with you, it should be easy. But just in case, this repellent makes the journey easy for you. Hey! While you're at it, you can assist me with another task. A fellow professor, asked me to give these to 2 young trainers. It's an encyclopedia for recording data of Pokemon. Apparently Borrius has plenty of Pokemon his own region lacks. Hey! Personally, I'm content with just observing species for the Pokedex. However, if you want complete data on Pokemon, including their base stats, you'll need to catch them. So here are some tools for catching some wild Pokemon. If you're not in the mood for catching Pokemon, use that repel I gave you to keep them away. If you need anything else from me, I'll be in my lab. Before you depart, you should head home and inform your mother. She's been very worried about you. But look, Fire, my studies are depending on you. Hi! Fire, where have you been? I was really worried about you. Wow, that sounds awfully frightening. I'm really glad you're safe now. Before you do anything else, you should take a nice long rest. Don't you feel much better now, sweetie? Now you got the energy to run Professor Log's errand for him. Sniff, I always knew that the day would come you'll leave home. It said so on TV. If only your father could see you now. He'll be so proud. Well, if you're gonna run errands for Professor Log, you'll need this. That's a mission log function for your Super Cube. It keeps track of anything you've been asked to do. Use it. There's a one open from the start menu. Now that you have one, why don't we keep it a record of Professor Log requests for you? Hey! Before I forget, let the key component of your Super Cube on the floor in your room. I know it wasn't necessary before, but now that you have your very own Pokemon, you'll need it if you want to use those stat boosting items in battle. Just in case you've forgotten, the Super Cube acts like a bag. But unlike those cheap bags from Pokemon that can only hold 42 items, the Super Cube, or as more commonly known, Cube, has an infinite amount of space. It works by digitizing the items data puts into it, so essentially it's like you're carrying nothing extra at all. Not only that, you can even automatically start the cube by pressing start. Isn't that convenient? Of course, if you still think it's still a little cluttered even after sorting, just use L and R to move through it quickly. Oh, and you can even use it to store the parting gift I gave you. Oh my god, can you shut up, Mom? That's a costume box. You can use it to change your clothes at any point in your journey. I filled it with different colors for you to choose from. If you find more outfits, make sure you store them in there as well. Stay safe out there, honey. Professor Log, his package. Oh my goodness. I did not mean to do that. How did I do that? Sorry, fella. Oh, I don't. If I can catch it. Nice. And there we go. It's an Articuno. Nothing great. Let us do some exploring. I got some heal balls. Nice. Oh, you're funny. You're so funny. How do you get there? Hello. Oh, there's the sand slash. Ha! There it is again. Comes to steal more food. No, get away from my fridge. I'll stop from leaving, Daddy. Oof. Wah! Daddy, it hurt me. It's alright, sweetie. Daddy's not gonna let that Pokemon hurt you anymore. If you can help me out and get my food back from Pokemon, I'll be extremely grateful. There might be a little something in it for you as well. I think we'll... He goes up. Icicle Cave, you say. Ah, you must be fire. So it looks like we gotta get the package first. You! Excuse me. Hi there. May I help you? Wait, you told me Professor Locke sent you to get his package? Uh-oh. I thought that guy smelled fishy. Here's the deal, kid. I already gave the package to the man who was just here. But if you want to blame anyone for his mix-up, blame Professor Locke. I told him he'd tell me who he would be sending. But he just kept saying someone will get it. There's nothing I can do for you at this point. But maybe if you chase after that man, you can catch him before he gets too far. Hey, excuse me. You're on duty. That's fair. Did you receive the package from the mart? Yes, I did, sir. Were you discreet in doing so? I was, sir. I even ran into one of the two I let escape from the warehouse, but I choose to avoid confrontation. As far as I'm aware, I wasn't followed. Good work. I say you're back on the road to earning whatever you asked for when you joined us. It was a mechanical leg from our late mother, sir. Legs, arms, another head, whatever. As long as this package contains all the goods that we need for the operation, the scientists will build as many limbs as your mother wants. I'm heading north of Frozen Heights to capture the target. Report back to Zev and inform him my current status. Yes, sir. Oh, I see the rocks now, okay. I think that is going to be a good point. Ah, Cacnean, use cut. Gah! So I think that's a good point to wrap up the first episode. In the next episode, we're going to head north to try to confront this guy. If you enjoyed the first episode of Pokemon Unbound, make sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe as well if you want to stay up to date and see when I upload. And feel free to leave any comments in the comment section, and feel free to check out my other playthroughs, Yu-Gi-Oh! Poké Duel, Pokemon Radical Red, and Pokemon Emerald with my girlfriend. With all that being said, I will see you guys all in the next episode.